Welcome back to episode 8 of the Jazz Sports Show. We have some interesting things to talk about today. We have Alex with his Kentucky segment that will actually be a good thing today, not a shit thing today.
First time this year, man. The Kentucky segment's going to be good.
Hey, rep the team, Alex. Rep the
Y'all watch
team.
out.
Rep the team.
For the
What
team.
in the world?
But let's jump
Always.
into it. We have college football conference championships this weekend. Got the Cowboys versus Lions on Thursday Night Football. We have a Heisman matchup between Julian Sam versus Fernando Mendoza. We have some NBA Cup action that Jalen's going to get into in the NBA segment. And we get to talk about some how our bets went. So let's jump right into the NFL. Let's jump right into college football right now. This past weekend, Jalen and Alex's picks hit. Mine did not. I picked Pitt over Miami. That was a terrible mistake.
They got
on my part.
crushed.
They got absolutely
Crushed.
slaughtered. I did not want to pick
By,
them. I got peer pressured. I want to talk about that. I did get peer pressure. We can go back into and
By
the video.
by who?
I got back. We can go back to the old video. But anyway, Alex picked Texas, who ended up. Honestly, I feel like the game was not as close as the scoreboard said.
I agree.
I feel like Texas absolutely was whooping Texas A&M up and down the field all game long. The scoreboard run
Oh
not say it.
yeah.
They did win by 10. Texas A&M was favored. But that was a great game. Then Jalen picked. Who was it that you picked again?
On what, the Saturday?
Yeah,
Or the?
we
I
literally
don't
had
know.
it.
I know it hit. Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Ole Miss over Mississippi
Over
State.
Mississippi
So
State.
that was expected. Talking about Lane Kiffin, we can go into that here in a second. But yeah, my bet missed on that. But we got a conference championship bet this week that we will get into here in a little bit. But talking about the Lane Kiffin incident and Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss, not being able to coach the college football playoff for Ole Miss, who is probably going to end up. What are they going to probably end up being? Probably the seventh, eighth.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like
around
that.
7 to 9, I'd say.
Yeah, so they'll
Maybe
be around
6,
there.
7.
Them not allowing, I completely understand. Ole Miss not letting the coach, finish it out because he did kind of leave him high and dry. I feel like, but you can't turn down going to go coach at a LSU, which is a top 5.
It is the
college
best
job.
recruiting football program in the nation. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They have the most money. They have the best atmosphere for fans. Like,
Yep, and they don't win.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had
they
Brian Kelly was at the helm, and I haven't seen one thing decent, even half decent, said about Brian Kelly. So that kind of checks out.
Yeah,
Yeah, LSU is the number in my opinion. I mean, you can go check all the collegiate sports, but they're the number one sports program in the country. They're very successful with women's basketball, obviously football. National championship what was that 5 years ago, 4 years
yeah,
ago, somewhere around
yeah.
there.
the 2019
Um,
season.
uh, their men's baseball team is awesome. They won the Natty like 2 or 3 years ago.
I think their women's softball is good too.
Yeah, but they have, anyways, they have the best all around athletic program I think in the country. And again, like Jalen just said, they have the funds and money to back it up. Um, I agree with Blake. But if he didn't poach his whole offensive staff away from Ole Miss, I think they should have let him coach. Um, but he took every single one of them with him. It was a blind side that I think he uh
But who the
took the
hell
offer.
is their coach
Took the offer in their defensive coordinator now. He's a great dude. He was up for a couple of head coaching jobs this year, but he was blindsided by taking the offensive staff with him. I don't think he can be too blindsided by him leaving. He's had this offer for 2 weeks. You got to plan, and if you don't plan around that, then that just shows on the athletic director in the university. But I do understand not letting him coach with poaching the whole offensive coaching staff with him.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is like, even with everything that happened, the players still wanted him to coach. Like,
Yeah,
it'd be
they
one
did.
thing, the players wanted him to coach, and that's who you're playing. That's the people who's playing for the coach. So it's like, even though they know he's leaving, they still want to ride it out with their head coach. So I mean,
Yeah, again, I agree, but it seems like I don't know if you guys watched the video of the defensive coordinator or the little ESPN segment about him getting introduced to the team. It's obvious they love him. Again, like I just said, he was up for a couple head coaching jobs.
Yeah.
Not any like the big ones like LSU or Florida, but he was up for some of the middle of the pile teams to get a head coaching position there. But he's now named their actual head coach, so they're not doing a search. He's the guy. I'm excited for him. He said they're not coaching scared, so they're not going to play scared. I'm not going to write him out of the CFP right away, so it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, we say this and then they get their butts handed to them in the first round. That'd be hilarious. But,
I don't think that's going to happen.
I
Yeah.
don't think
I
it's
mean,
gonna
you
happen
saw
either.
you
I
saw
mean,
the
who they
same.
projected? So they're seventh. They'll most likely play. I mean,
I haven't.
depending on how these conference championship goes, but they might end up playing. The committee loves Notre Dame, so they won't even drop Notre Dame. So whatever Notre Dame is right now, they'll just stay where the hell they are. Like they did
I feel like
last
that'd be a competitive matchup though. Notre Dame, Ole Miss, if that is it. I feel like that'd be pretty competitive.
That would be good, but that means Ole Miss have to drop to 10 or they have to go to 8.
Yeah,
I think Notre Dame's at 8 or 9 right now, so
They are
they'll end
at
up staying at one
9
of those. I believe that's what they're at. I can take a look, but they have to
now.
make a conference.
yeah. I haven't not.
It all kind of depends on this last round of conference play,
Yeah,
like
we can
this
get a good
conference
sense.
championship.
We can get a good sense of it right now. I haven't looked at the CFP bracket in like 2 or 3 days, in 2 or 3 days, like the actual bracket itself, to see where they're projecting who plays who. But yeah, I think it's Ole Miss fans. I think have a right to feel betrayed. Um, they said they're LSU's coming to Vaught Hemingway next year, uh, and they said they're bringing mustard and golf balls. So hopefully Elaine has a body armor on, because Tennessee does the same thing to him. Every time that he walks into that building, he gets maliciously booed,
Well, yeah.
and mustard and golf balls are thrown at him because of what he did with Tennessee. So he's got a reputation. Um, not a great one with any really team as far as how he's ended things. He's always kind of left quietly with FAU, Tennessee, now Ole Miss, uh, and some funny stories as time with Oxford. That we probably don't have time to dig into, but
Sidney Thomas.
that's kind of make you laugh.
Sidney Thomas.
Mm.
All right. Here I have it right now. If it were to end today, based off of the rankings that there is, um, Ohio State's 1, Indiana's 2. This is if it ends today, like no conference championships, nothing. All right. So you have 8, 9 being Notre Dame versus Oklahoma. Winner would have to play Ohio State. You have 5 and 12 being Oregon and Tulane.
Mm.
Is Tulane's
Yeah.
coach coaching them?
Nope,
Yes.
John
No.
Summerall is gone, I believe.
All right. Well, anyway, so they would play Oregon. The winner of that would have to play Texas Tech in the Sugar Bowl. Then you would have Texas A&M, which is 6th, versus Virginia, which is 11th. Winner of that would have to play Georgia. And then you have Bama versus Ole Miss. Winner of that have to play Indiana. Now, here's the thing, though. They're not doing to where the top 4 to where if you win the conference, you're in the
Yeah, it
top
doesn't.
4 seeds. They're picking the top 4 best teams. If Indiana or Ohio State lose to each other, do they get knocked out of the top 4? Do we think that?
Okay, sorry, one
Well,
one second
there's
before we start this. Sorry.
okay
John Summerall is coaching the rest of the year. I just looked it up.
Okay,
That's
then
my
so
for
bad.
Tulane has
Tulane.
a chance. I'll say
Yeah,
Tulane has a shot.
I would
yeah.
say the only
Not
way
against Oregon,
Ohio State would
but to
get
make it
knocked out
of the top 4.
is
I'm talking about the top 4.
the only way not Oregon, Ohio State or Indiana, whichever team loses. It's going to be whichever team loses. Is if Georgia and Texas Tech both put a beating on their teams, on Alabama and BYU, where they would. But then that
Yeah, but
fourth
they're
seed,
already in the top 4.
Texas. I mean, yes, but Texas Tech isn't playing this week, so that it all depends. And if Georgia loses, then that flips everything.
Texas Tech
Yeah,
is playing this week against BYU.
Oh
Aren't
yeah, Texas Tech is playing this week. Sorry, Texas Tech is. I mean Texas A&M.
they? Yeah,
yeah.
Texas
They're not
A&M's not
playing.
playing.
If
So
they're
Texas
not in,
A&M's already excluded.
yes,
Yeah, they're
they're the ones
dropping.
not playing, so they're going to drop immediately.
Mhm.
But if Georgia and Texas Tech would be put a beating on both of those teams,
Well, then who would be
Indiana
the 4th?
Well, they're definitely gonna. They're probably. They might end up on the same side of the bracket. Is what I'm saying. Ohio State and Indiana again.
Yeah, dude. There's just literally there's
Yeah.
no
I don't think there's a
there's like
shot where they're Indiana and Ohio State
Can meet in the
get.
natty.
I meant get knocked out of. Are still
I
1-2.
don't see how
I meant they are
Miami can
not
get in
4.
here unless
The only
Bama
thing that
loses.
Miami has is that
Unless,
they beat Notre Dame, which is a team that's in there right now.
Yeah.
Um,
but I'm saying is based off of how these are right now, these rankings. I don't see how Bama gets in unless, or sorry, if Miami gets in unless Bama loses, because Bama will be the only 3-loss team on this whole thing.
yeah, and I honestly think that if A&M beat Texas, they have a better chance. Not saying that Texas is automatically in, but that would make the path clearer for Miami to get in if Texas didn't upset A&M.
Yeah, so like Texas might get in over Miami just because they have more impressive wins
They have
than
more impressive wins, strength of schedule,
yeah.
all that good jazz.
So
Would
and
y'all
I would
put
not be upset if Texas does jump.
Would y'all put Texas over Vandy this year? Getting in?
Yeah, I would.
Texas beat Vandy.
Yeah, head
That
to
is.
head.
Yeah.
And Vandy has not showed. They obviously had their way versus Kentucky,
For
but
Vandy,
they have not. They're like 0-3 or 0-2 versus top 10 teams this year, and it's not really close the point differential.
but for Vandy to get in, I think you would have to have Virginia lose to Duke,
Yeah,
Tulane to lose, and Bama
well,
would have to lose.
yeah, I think Bama, Bama and
Tulane
yeah,
definitely, and Virginia.
well, yeah, no, all three will have to lose. Tulane is the only one who um is iffy. Um, but
Just
again,
because they're
They have John Summerall still as their coach. Who's rumored to replace Pope, uh, Stoops 2 years ago, but he decided to not take the A&M job.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It's gonna be nice to see what happens and who gets into what bowl games and stuff, and it's gonna be exciting to see. And then adding on to the, can we exclude that the Heisman race is just down to 2 people?
Yeah, I think
yeah.
you could say Bryce Love, but he
You mean Jeremiah
is
Love?
Jeremiah Love, but he's doesn't have a conference championship game, which hurts him a lot. Uh, he'll be invited. I think he'll be a top five. But I think it's pretty clear that it's just 2 people right now.
And we all can agree that whoever probably wins the Big Ten championship will be named it.
Not
Can't
necessarily.
necessarily because
Yeah,
you're playing two great defenses, two
yeah.
good defenses. So it's like one quarterback could be a game manager and lose. I mean, and win, but your losing quarterback could put up like 350 yards, 3
Yeah,
touchdowns,
yeah. No, I agree.
and still lose.
I agree completely.
Oh
Again,
shit!
I think that I don't think it's underwhelming the Heisman race this year because I mean you're winning the Heisman, but it hasn't been as exciting to watch the top guys because none of the top guys are in the Heisman race. I guess there was talk about Julian saying maybe being up there, maybe finishing top 10 or top five. Uh, but none of the guys, K. Klubnik, Arch Manning, any of those guys are not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Although Arch has kind of turned it on lately, which is good to see if you're a sports fan. He had the weight of the whole world on his shoulders going to Texas. He was expected to be perfect and win the Heisman right out the bat. I still think he'll be good. I don't think he'll be a top five pick or whatever, depending on what the quarterback class is next year. But it's good to see him kind of get rolling.
Yeah, the top. Ohio State's the number 1 defense. Indiana's the number 4 defense. James Madison is the 5th best defense in the country.
They
Don't
have a
put
great
a
program.
don't put a hurt on JMU.
No, I'm just saying, bro. It's just crazy to think of. It's crazy to think of that. Oregon's 3rd.
hmm And they
Uh,
got one of the best running backs in the country too, right behind,
Iowa's 8th.
right behind Jeremiah.
I mean, dude, it's gonna be an exciting time. I think it's gonna be great. And then going on to that, what we get to talk about, we can now talk about our little bets and kind of why we're getting into it. So, this is our college football bet money lines. We've been doing them all year. We've hit what 2 or 3
Something like that.
in the 6 or 7 weeks that we've been doing.
Oh,
Anyway, we have Alex picking Alabama over Georgia, which Alabama has had Georgia's number. Knock on wood. I am picking Virginia over Duke. Virginia can finally win an ACC football championship.
And we'll see who they
We'll
play.
see. Duke. Tell me that's not a whack ass ACC championship game. Georgia Tech had a chance to get in it, and what do? They sell by losing to Pitt
Yep,
2 weeks
who
ago.
got like literally annihilated.
Yep.
Like it was like no contest after like the first quarter and a half.
Yeah. Now we have Jalen picking the team that already put a whole ass whooping on BYU. Texas Tech
Yup. I'm just gonna
versus
give it a guaranteed win out of
BYU.
my books.
Minus
Well,
500
now
for
it's
that.
not going to hit because you said it's guaranteed.
All right, now if you add all those three together, we
Homewood.
have plus 315. We are looking at plus 315 for this bet. Bet $5, win 15. Bet 30, win
Bet 10.
90.
Yep. I like that odds. I like
Bet
that.
10, win 30.
If you bet 100, you win 300. Cash
Yeah,
it.
there you go. So
I
those are our bets. I picked Virginia just because I feel like they're top 20, they're 16. They honestly are fighting to get into that college football playoff if they can with an ACC win because if they do win the ACC, that's a guaranteed ticket, I believe.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
Guaranteed ticket. So if Duke wins, they're guaranteed in.
Yep.
yeah.
Haven't heard of Duke and getting into this college
That's
playoffs in
crazy. I don't
forever.
see that will happen, but Virginia, I think can win it, get to the CFP, and we'll see where they go from there.
Just wait till next year when North Carolina's in it because of
Bill.
because
All right.
of Bill.
Well, Alex, why did you pick Bama? Is it because they have their number, or is it because they have a little more fighting for that? Georgia can lose and still be in the CFP, but if Bama loses, they are out of there.
Yeah, I think it's just like how the Iron Bowl was. I know that's a little closer than probably a lot of Bama fans wanted, but Auburn had nothing to lose, and Bama's fighting for a playoff spot. I think it's kind of the opposite in the sense of Georgia doesn't have much to fight for, and Alabama's still scrapping to get in. I've liked Alabama the whole year. The FSU loss was a really bad loss, but their other loss was what, Vanderbilt?
Yeah. No.
I think it was.
Was it? Was it
Let me look.
Vandy?
Let me look.
I thought
Let me
I thought
look.
they barely beat out Vandy.
Stand by. They might have. I forget.
Stand
It's
by.
another SEC team.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
they barely no. The first half they was barely beating Vandy, and then I think they turned it on in the second half.
But yeah,
Baby Bandy by
so
16.
yeah,
Like
it
in
was
the
a quality loss, I'd say. This is Oklahoma. They're another top 10 defense in college football, just like LSU. Obviously, giving LSU crap with them not even really coming close to making the playoff, but they've had a top five or top like eight defense all year. The final score of that
I
LSU
can fact check that.
the final score of that Oklahoma LSU game was like 17-13 or 17-10 or something. It was super low scoring. So yeah, I'm picking Alabama. They have a little more to fight for. I believe in Ty Simpson. So I got to see what Kalen DeBoer schemes up versus Georgia and Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, so jumping into that now, why did you pick Texas Tech? Is it just like you feel safe about that?
yeah. I mean BYU's been competing in the Big 12, but Texas Tech runs that conference as of right now. There's not many competing with Texas Tech in the Big 12, so it's kind of a safe pick. Why not go with the safe pick? Why not go with the safe pick?
Who has beaten?
I
Or are
think
they
it was
undefeated?
no. They have one loss. I think it was either a big. I think it was a Big Ten or an SEC team that they lost to. I think it was a rank because it was a ranked loss, or was it
It
Texas?
was no, it was when their quarterback was hurt. I forget who it was, but it was when their quarterback was out for a week. That's when they lost. They got
Arizona
beat
State.
pretty.
Sorry, they
Yeah,
lost to
they got
Arizona
beat.
State
They
by
got beat pretty
4.
bad.
No, they got beat by 4 with a
Well, they were up a good amount. Arizona State was good.
yeah.
It was up a good amount at halftime.
I thought Arizona State had their backup playing.
Did they?
Uh, yeah, they might have, but he had more experience going into it. Sam Levitt was out before. I forget his name. Before Tech's quarterback, as far as the season goes.
Yeah, game stats. Box. Who's the Texas Tech's quarterback? Starting quarterback?
Say 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 the name.
Will Heyman.
That's not him. Just go to a different game, like towards the end of the season.
Is
I
it
know it's
is it Griffins? Mitch Griffiths?
yeah, it's whoever played last week.
He's the senior. So you either have that or Brennan Morton. Those
It's
are your
not.
two senior.
I don't.
Because I don't
You
think
just
they
got.
would.
You just got to see who it was last week.
They
Yeah,
have three.
Morton's the starting quarterback.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have 3 freshmen and 2 seniors. So I'd
Okay, so
assume
yeah, that's
that
their starting quarterback. That was out. It wasn't. It was
Yeah.
vice versa. All right. So yeah, so that's a good one. Um, yeah. Now, as we're wrapping up this college football talk, because honestly, I just can't wait to stream. We are streaming on Saturday night, probably just really late, I guess.
oh
Wait.
what's
Probably
the
not.
I
games?
mean, we can do it we can do it earlier. We can do it like really early. We can do like the early games. Like, what's the early games?
We might have to due to Cam inviting us to his shindig.
Yeah.
Is that
I
happening
mean,
at
we can
night or
watch
is that
BYU,
happening at night?
Texas,
I have
Miami.
no idea.
Yeah, we can do that. And I got a game that night that I gotta go to. So
When we plan on streaming midnight,
yeah. No, we're gonna do the two. We're
What are
gonna
we
do the
gonna
noon
watch? The
games,
Army
baby.
Navy game?
We're gonna do the noon games, baby. Saturday, the noon games, or Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll post it on Twitch, like that person told us to do.
no, we'll figure out by the end of the video. 1 second.
Yeah. Are you texting Cam to figure out what time his thing is?
Yes.
Honestly, FaceTime him. He can be a little guest on this thing. But anyway, as we're wrapping up the college football playoff, part of me wants to kind of do like these little mid majors, bro, and like
Mid-major games?
I kind of want to bet like do the Army versus Navy game, which is next Saturday.
Take Army. Wait, what's the record right now?
Week. We're gonna bet on that on the next week, but we can bet on like these other ones. Like I'm picking Tulane over North Texas.
Yeah, I can see that, especially at John Summerall.
He's still
We do-
coaching,
so now hold on. So we have our main bet, which is plus 315. I'm gonna take Tulane. Now if we pick like these other littler ones, like
Conference USA,
you have
American,
Troy.
stuff like that.
Oh, take
Yeah.
JMU over Troy.
do not
Yeah.
do that. That is minus 3,000.
Well, I mean, you should take JMU over Troy.
You should.
But
I would rather take the spread at 23.5 or the over of 47.5.
Yeah, JMU might score all 47 or 48 of those points.
Yeah. I mean, what are you all gonna pick then for picking like the other ones? Just going from this other bet before we.
I'm picking JMU as well. I think that Tulane North Texas game is going to be close. That honestly might be one of the best conference games we see this weekend.
There's no way
The
you
Mean
all are
Green,
picking a minus 3,001.
the Mean Green are 11-1. Say what you want, but
even though their coach doesn't
11
think
and
they
1
should have
is
been
11
ranked.
and 1. 11 and 1 is 11 and 1. But I'm still think I'm going to go with Tulane.
I'm picking Tulane. So
But
what are you all?
North Texas had a great season.
Give me Jacksonville State
over Kennesaw.
Over Kennesaw State.
All right, who are you picking, Alex?
1 second.
Pick Western Michigan over Miami.
Go ahead and take Boise. You already know you want to take Boise.
You gonna take Boise over UNLV?
Yeah. No, that's Dan Mullen's UNLV. I'm taking UNLV, baby.
Yeah,
right,
they on the up and up.
We all picked underdogs. They are it's plus 980. I'm taking that to the bank, baby. $5 wins you $50.
Give me Dan Mullen's reps, dude.
Yeah,
Give him the reps,
baby. We got Tulane, Jacksonville State, and UNLV all not favored in their games. If you bet $5, you win $49.04.
It's pretty solid.
You bet 10, you win 98.08. You bet 100, you're winning $980. All right,
take it to the bank.
Yep. As we're wrapping up college football, we are going to go ahead and jump to the Kentucky segment because college football, or Alex got some big news for.
Well, we can go over some of the other signings first. Florida, we've already talked about this a little bit, but Florida got John Summerall. That's a great hire. A lot of Florida fans, I don't think, know much about him. So they're kind of questioning the move. Auburn got USF or Michigan, or not Michigan, USF or Memphis's head coach. I forget which one. Someone will look that up really quick before I blab myself into oblivion about the wrong thing.
Coach?
It's either USF or Memphis. I forget.
For what school?
Auburn.
Michigan State got a new head coach too.
Yeah, they did.
1 sec.
Where was Pat Fitzgerald from?
I got it. 1 sec. Golesh. Yep, the USF coach went to Auburn.
Yeah, so I think that's a really good hire. He's been around for a while. He's coached SEC teams before. So I think he'll do great. Arkansas hired Memphis's coach. Then I just did forgot the two. Which they had a really good season this year. I believe they're competing for the American Conference championship game. Um, but those I think are two really good hires. A lot of people in Arkansas still wanted Bobby Petrino to coach, the interim head coach. They didn't want to give up on him so quick. But I guess we'll see with that. A lot of people are protesting Arkansas's AD, um, saying that he doesn't really know what he's doing at all. Um, so those have been the big ones. Michigan State hired a new head coach, but my Cats hired the most consistent and best offensive coordinator over the last 3 or 4 years over that span.
Be a
Um,
little more enthused, man. You all are out of the fucking Stoops thing.
Yeah.
I just
Yay,
started talking
get
about it,
hype.
man.
Get hyped like y'all were when Cal left.
Yeah. Um, I
Fucking
was
flip
hyped.
your
That's how
bed. I want you to
we
flip your
start.
bed right now. Take your
Flip a
shirt
table.
off. Twirl it. I want
Do it
you to.
all.
I think you should flip the table.
I think you
I
should.
agree.
I think you should flip the bird to the
Yeah,
camera.
I'm really excited that Will Stein was picked. If it was anyone but Will Stein or Brian Hartline, I probably would have had major issues. There were talks of Dan Mullen coming back to the SEC. There were talks of Chip Kelly returning to college football, which terrifies me. Um, but obviously, he did really good at Ohio State, but that still really, really, really terrifies me. But
Who is
anyways,
this kid?
I don't know if it's official. Obviously, there have been reports about they were just going through the contracts. They're both agreed, but they're just talking through the contracts. But Will Stein, I think, is a great hire. I think he was number one for me. Um, I am upset though with how some people are talking down on Mark Stoops. I don't think many people realize whether they didn't pay attention before Stoops or they weren't alive or too young before Stoops. But Kentucky football, I'm gonna throw a little jab here, but Kentucky football was like a notch above Indiana football. Um, Before Stoops. It was
They were trying to
us,
get over
like
that hump.
Indiana and Vanderbilt. Like it was 3 or 4 wins every season, 2 and 3 star recruits. Stoops is the sole reason, and our AD Mitch Barnhart, but Stoops was the sole reason why we went to a bowl game like 6 years in a row. Why we finished top 10 in the country in
That was recently, wasn't it?
2020. It was like 2021. 2019 maybe. One of those years around there, we finished top 10 in the country, beat Penn State in the Citrus Bowl. He's the reason for all the new improvements to the football stadium. He's the reason for getting all these talented transfers in. So anyone uh, crapping on Mark Stoops for effort and his tenure as a UK coach is completely dead wrong. I'll hear out any opinion on college sports, but that's one that I'll shut down immediately. Um, UK fans better be thankful for Stoops. I know obviously the past 2 years have been somewhat of a nightmare, and
That
trust me,
shit's on stick, bro.
I was wanting him to be fired as well. But you can't just skim past what he did for the program. He's the best coach in Kentucky history. He has the most wins. He was always energetic, always brought his best, but it was time for a change. I'm super, super, super excited that Will Stein is our new head coach. Going to bring all them
Yeah.
Oregon boys down to the bluegrass, man.
Please bring. Hey,
Dante
br-
Moore transferring here
bring the
next year.
jerseys. Bring the
Yeah.
jerseys.
Wow.
Bring the jerseys.
Dante Moore will be a cat because I don't other Kentucky news. I don't know if Cutter Boley wants to stay. He said he was open to staying. That he wanted to stay at first before Stoops was fired, but now he's playing the whole, like faking, like I gotta see what's best for me, but really he just wants more money to see if he can get more money in an NIL deal
NIL.
somewhere. So he's playing that classic, I
Could you
guess.
blame him? Could you blame him? Honestly, like, is he gonna go to the NFL? Probably not. But
No, but he'll be a good college quarterback. I think he has all the tools. He's still a year or two away. I'd love to see him, but
that's why he wants that
Will
dude.
Stein, Will Stein's a quarterback whisperer. So we'll see if he brings someone in of his own. But I love Boley to stay.
All right. Anything else you have to say? Maybe Kentucky basketball. This is the
Yeah,
Kentucky.
slide into basketball. Like nice transition.
So like we've whipped every single team that has not been ranked by a
That has
million
not been an
points.
actual good team.
Um,
Some of them
who
have.
is? Yeah. We've had a
Let's see.
crazy start to the season as far as who we've been playing. I don't think there's another Division One team who's played as many
UConn.
top teams as we have.
You've played 2 so far, and you have
Top teams. Teams are playing like community colleges right now.
No,
Like we,
UConn has played like 4 top.
yeah. There's some of those people in the classic games have played quite a few, but you do have 2 top ranked teams coming up next. You have
Yeah,
you got
you
North
and
Carolina, North
North
Carolina, and
Carolina and
St.
Gonzaga.
John's.
No, Gonzaga first.
I just can't wait for that game, baby. On December 13th, next Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
Not gonna lie, UK
I
kind of has a
cannot
gauntlet of a
wait.
schedule.
I don't even get
You
to watch
actually
it. I don't even get to fucking watch it.
UK does have a pretty good schedule for like basketball though. They play
Yeah,
UNC,
this
Gonzaga, Indiana, St. John's, Alabama, Tennessee,
I believe
Throw
it's a top 10 strength of schedule in the country, and when you
Vandy,
compare it to
Arkansas, Tennessee again, Florida, Auburn, Vanderbilt again.
yeah, and
But
when you
that is
compare it to other top teams, it stands out above a lot of them. Obviously, there are a bunch of other top teams who play good teams, but as far as the pre conference games goes, I think we have one of the toughest schedules, like top 5 in the country. So I'm not too worried. I hope Mo Diabate and Otega Oweh get their stuff figured out with the whole girlfriend thing. Uh, but we seem to play as a team. We're not playing as a team. Again, the teams should have beat. We've crushed. Michigan State was always going to be close, and Louisville's an in-state rivalry. We should have beaten Louisville, obviously, going into the game. But you can't be upset that much. They'll find their way. They're still a young team. So I'm not too down on the Cats basketball team. I think it's a good time to be a Kentucky fan.
Yep.
hold up. Let's see
So
Indiana's schedule.
I'm very
Going for
excited to watch. I don't even get to watch that game, bro. I don't even get to
I,
watch Indiana versus.
Indiana plays Louisville like the game before too.
I don't get to see. I don't get to
That's gonna
see Indiana versus Kentucky because I gotta go coach, bro. It's freaking poor scheduling, bro. But anyway,
Indiana plays Louisville, then plays Penn State, then plays UK, all within the span of a week.
Well, Penn State's basically
Yeah, Penn
just
State's not a basketball school,
yeah,
so
they're like
don't
the
even worry about it.
LSU men's basketball
Yes.
they somehow
of the
always
Big
beat us
Ten.
though, so I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, let's go on to the NFL. Talking about the NFL, we had a very poor week of gambling. We did not hit a single bet
We
on our
didn't
Thanksgiving.
hit a single
We
thing.
came very close. We had 2 legs hit on the. Let's start from the very beginning. The first morning game
Hold
or
on. All
the
right. Yep.
1 o'clock game. The Lions versus Packers. My line hit. Jameson Williams hit. Jameer Gibbs did not score, and the Lions did not win. So we hit 1 leg. The second game, Joe me 2, the Chiefs versus Cowboys. My leg hit. CD got the 60. The Cowboys plus 7.5 hit for Jalen.
No, we did win one. We won one bet. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
George
I lied.
Pickens did
This was
not.
the week
George
before.
Pickens did not score a tutty. He did get a 2-point conversion. He did not get a tutty though. Now we jump into the later game. The Bengals versus Ravens. Joe Burrow came back. Joe Burrow. We picked Chase Brown to score a touchdown. Did not happen sadly. Chase Brown for 3+ receptions. That hit. Bengals plus 7.5. That hit. Another 2 out of 3. Now we jump to Friday. Black Friday game. Bears versus Eagles. I had Cole Kmet with 15+ receiving yards. That hit. We had Bears plus 7.5. That hit. We had Saquon scoring a touchdown. Saquon's being so freaking bummy, bro. So bummy. He is playing so ass right now. It's terrible. All right. So that cost. Then on Sunday, we had all of our parlays. Our money line
Our
parlays.
Sunday
the Rams,
was
The Rams cost us by losing to the Panthers. The Falcons cost us by losing to the Jets. That was the 2 that cost us.
Don't even get on our touchdown parlay, bro. That was
Yeah, we don't need to go
we
over
didn't
that.
hit a single 4 o'clock bet. Not a single
We did
one.
not. We did not.
Oh no, we did. We hit Brock Bowers and Josh Allen. Sorry. We did.
Yeah, we had Brock
We
Bowers,
didn't.
Josh Allen. Which are the only ones we missed?
JSN, Troy Franklin for the. Hold on, I got
ETN, JSN, and who?
Troy Franklin.
So we missed 3 out of the 11. We got 8 out of 11 right. That is crazy to think of. We are getting there. We are getting closer. Our player prop was awful.
We
We
hit.
Yeah, it
went from
was.
We
missing
hit.
1 because of an injury to
We hit 3 out of 5. We
what?
only hit 5. We missed 5 out of 8. We only hit 3 of them. We were
We did
rushed
every
on our.
game.
No, we were
There was
rushed on the
one.
player props.
Oh yeah, we missed 2. All
We
right.
missed
Yeah,
3
so
games.
so real quick, we will be streaming Saturday morning. Cam's thing is at like 3:30. He
Oh
wants us
my
to come
god,
over
dude,
at like
I'm not
3:30.
gonna be able to be there, bro.
I will be there later. I work.
That sucks. Anyway, I will be there later, like midnight.
I'll be there.
It sounds like we should stream at midnight. Just midnight, stream the Navy Army game.
That's next week, dude. That's next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, we're
as
talking
it's
about
opening.
that. We're on to let's talk about that. So our betting didn't hit. Our betting was not a very good hit. I did hit one last night. I did pick all of the 4 o'clock game winners and Sunday Night Football winner. I did do that, but continuing on to this, let's go ahead and get our Thursday night parlay out of the way. We got the Lions versus Cowboys with a very huge matchup with a playoff berth.
Playoff picture in the window. In the windows.
Yes, looking right there. They're in the hunt for the playoffs.
In the
Cowboys
winter.
win. If the Cowboys win, they're 1 game back of the Eagles for the division. The Lions lose. They need a lot to happen for them to get in because their division is so stacked. It's so weird saying that the Lions are third in their division, but they are decimated with injuries. And I hope and pray that the Cowboys can come out and win. But our parlay, our 3-leg parlay, is Alex. Who do you have scoring a touchdown?
I have Javonte Williams scoring on Thursday.
Yep. I have George Pickens 60+ receiving yards. Now, none of the sports books have the odds up for that yet because it is Monday on the recording of this video. You all are seeing this on Wednesday, so it should be there then 60+. If it's terrible odds, take the 70, but I'm going to stick with 60 as right now. And then Jalen has.
Lions straight out to go against Blake's Cowgirls.
That's so fucking crazy. But all right.
That's so freaking crazy.
Freaking crazy. We're
You've already
family
cussed
friendly
3
here.
times. You ruined any chance of monetization that we had for this video. You yourself have cussed 3 times.
My bad, guys. My bad.
Hopefully it takes it out.
But yeah, y'all pop out Florence Buffalo Wild Wings.
We'll be there.
Like 8:30, 8 o'clock. We'll be there.
We'll sign
Thursday.
autographs.
We'll sign
Yeah.
autographs.
Orlando just made a
meet and
15-point
greet.
comeback to win, guys, against the
Make
Bulls.
sure you get there early. That'd
Kinda
be a helpful
nuts.
line.
Yeah, honestly,
Play that
there's
music.
gonna be like 67 people.
Play that music for Orlando.
Something like
All right,
that.
now talking about the NFL, do the Bengals have a chance to make the playoffs? Do the Bengals win out? The remaining schedule is Bills,
Tough.
who they have had the
They-
number against. Knock on wood. The Bengals have had
Yeah,
the
the
number.
Bengals have.
Knock on wood. Then they had the Ravens.
They
At
just
home.
crushed.
Always.
They just
At
crushed
home.
them.
Now
Are the
then
Bengals
they
at home?
finished the year off
Yes.
against the Dolphins, or is it the Cardinals, Dolphins, Browns, or it's the Cardinals, Dolphins, Browns? The Browns are
Yeah.
last game of the year. The Dolphins or Cardinals are switched. Those are 3 very winnable games, but they have to win these 2. If they win these 2, 9 and 8 might win their division. They might have a home playoff game this year, boys. That is
Yeah.
crazy. I want to go down the line real quick. Yes or no? Do the Bengals make the playoffs? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do the Bengals make the playoffs? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say yes because I'm riding this freaking coattail, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's back. T.
It
Higgins is
obviously
gonna
has
be
to
back
be
this
there.
week.
Yeah.
Bro,
Obviously
it's the
they have to
game.
win the division, and they're only like 2 or 2.5 games.
They are
out
only
of
2
the
games
East.
behind.
And they have the tiebreaker over the Steelers, so that's another half game, basically eliminated if the Steelers, if they're tied.
They're at
At the top.
Buffalo.
Wait, they do have the tiebreaker over the Steelers?
Yeah.
Well, they were splitting 1-1, right? So it would
Yeah,
just
they're
go down
1-1.
It would just go down to the division record at that point.
Yeah, which they are undefeated in the division.
No, they
Or
lost.
they have 1 loss. They have 1 loss, and no, everyone else has at least 2.
Yeah. So they go Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns.
I mean,
Boys.
we can really only afford one non-division loss, but we really can't afford any. I think
What's the Ravens schedule? Let's see what the Ravens schedule is.
That's what I'm looking up here. Because
We
they play
also
the
got
we're
Steelers. They play the Steelers twice still.
shit.
So the Ravens have 3 divisional games left.
Well, we already have to assume the Steelers are going to go 9-8.
Yeah,
We already have to
they
obviously
assume.
because
always
it's the
figure out a way.
Steelers. Because it's the
So
Steelers. Yep.
the Bengals have to win
Let's
out
see.
because if the Bengals
The
win out and
Ravens.
see the Steelers finish 9-8, the Bengals win the division off of tiebreaker, off of division.
Yep.
It
Mm-hmm.
is so. Like I said, the week before, it is the Bengals division to win, but the Steelers division to lose.
Yes.
The
But it's
Bengals
also the
have
Ravens' division to win.
well,
But they
Dude, the
well.
Ravens
What
have
I'm
to play
saying
the
is,
Packers and the Patriots.
yeah, and they're already a beat up team as it is. Their O line isn't O lining like it usually is. Their defense is mixed. I don't think they're going to be able to
we got against
they
mixed
just
defenses, Jalen.
unless they just lock it.
Yeah,
Unless the
honestly, we
Ravens
got.
lock in. The Bengals have the easiest schedule left of the division.
Yeah, I think the Bengals defense has stepped up the past 3 weeks. I looked over some game tape from some other fellow social media creators. They looked really good, but Lamar missed a lot of open throws, especially to Zay Flowers. No jab at Jalen there on purpose,
I
but
know,
I
he
like,
have Zay
missed like
Flowers in a
like
fantasy
like
league.
like
He's a
three or four of them at least 10 or 15 yards down the field
well, the
that
thing
he
is, he's
either pump fake
apparently
to or check to a different player.
he's still hurt, and he's just playing. So they
Well,
have a
yeah,
fighting.
his toes still hurt,
Yeah. So
but
obviously,
that shouldn't affect your read making process.
no. But I'm not saying read making, but it can definitely affect your comfortability of being
Oh
able to
yeah,
like
without a
move.
doubt.
Like, because well, if you look at when Lamar plays his best, most of his throws aren't in the pocket. His best throws are not in the pocket. They're when he's on the move, directing traffic, making those throws. So when he's one of the top 5 sacked QBs, still playing hurt, it's kind of hard to get into a comfortable like feeling to be able to make plays, to extend plays, to make throws down the field. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't be making those reads because when he's at his best, he obviously is top 5, debatably top 3 quarterback when he's at his best.
All right, now listen. As we talk about this, talking about whose division it is and such. The Steelers play the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Lions, the Browns, and the Ravens to end the year. So we can already assume the Ravens and the Steelers are going to split, right? 1-1.
Whatever makes the Steelers end up going 9-8 is what's
So
Yeah.
going
I'm
to happen.
saying they're going 1-1. I'm saying they're going 1-1 against the Ravens. They beat the Dolphins and the Browns, and then they lose to the Lions. So there's their 3 wins to get 9-8, and then the Bengals just have to win out because if the Bengals lose one game, you can already just go ahead and chalk it up. That's going to be the Steelers division.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Steelers are going to lose at least one more game. Aaron Rodgers went out of the game again yesterday.
And he played
Uh,
yesterday majority of the game with a broken hand.
yeah, which I don't. He's crazy, man. No matter you can say whatever you want about Aaron Rodgers, but
He has
he's
got
a competitor.
yeah.
He's
He is.
probably the most resilient quarterback. Not saying unhurt, but he is definitely playing through injuries as much as he can to actually be on that field.
Yeah,
I have a weird
him and
feeling
Joe
he's going to come
Burrow
back. I
are
have a
the
weird
top
feeling
two.
he's going to play next year.
Yeah, he might, but as far as this year goes, I could see the Steelers losing like three more games, and that means it's just us and the Ravens.
But it's hard to say. It's hard for this division because the Ravens can play good. The very first game of the year they played great. Their defense sucked. Their offense played great.
Story of my life, man.
Yeah.
But
Now,
it's just when your offense isn't performing, you can't have a bad defense, which the Ravens have had a very bad defense this year.
For some reason.
And that's usually like never a thing that they
Yeah, especially with that team.
all right,
usually it's
let's
only
jump
the Bengals
to
that have a bad defense in this division.
now. Let's jump to the Cowboys. The Cowboys basically have to win out. Yeah, I think they're in. But I knock on wood. I hope they do that. If they beat the Lions, they play the Vikings, the Chargers, the Commanders, and the Giants.
Beware 9, man.
There's a lot. I think a lot of things have to happen for the Cowboys to make the playoffs. Like
if they win out and they're freaking 11-5-1.
so, if they win out,
I know the NFC's freaking stacked, but I'm
because
hoping
they don't play the Bears. They don't play the Bears. right? The Cowboys.
Cowboys already lost to the Bears.
All right, so well, there's that. So we're assuming the Bears are at least going to get like 3 more wins. Who do they play?
Bears. I was more worried about the Eagles to see
Well,
the Cowboys.
the Bears and the Rams are not are have 9 wins. So if they both get 3 wins together,
All right,
they're
the
not
Bears
knocking any
play
of
the
them.
Packers.
Okay.
They're giving the Packers the nod to win it. The Packers, the Browns, the Packers, the 49ers, and the Lions. The Lions whooped the Bears by 30.
The Lions are up and down team. They could be
That's
the
a
best
tough
team in
schedule.
they can be the best team in the league, but they also can be the worst team in the league. The way it depends on how they play.
I would not say the worst team.
Well, not the worst, but you know what I mean. They're very up and down on their team.
It's just who's
Yeah,
healthy, bro. They're just unhealthy.
kind of crazy that the NFC's best team is the Bears right now.
Well,
Going
dude,
off the
they're no
record.
like look at all the records. The Bears are 9-3. The Rams are 9-3.
You have
the
one,
Seahawks
two,
are
three,
9-3.
four.
The
You
Packers
have 4
are
teams at
8-3-1.
9 wins. You have
Huh?
4 teams at 9 wins.
It's fucking nuts.
So you have 4 teams at 9 wins. So if any of them get 2 more wins, you got to hope the Cowboys have a knock to them. Any of the ones that aren't in the top of their division.
I don't care about that. I'm worried about the Eagles, bro. I want the Eagles to lose. The Eagles play the Chargers on Monday next week.
They probably won't lose that one.
Well,
Yeah, especially with Justin Herbert fracturing his hand.
Yeah.
He
Well,
might be
apparently,
fine.
yeah,
Then they
he
got
might
the
be.
Raiders
It's his
versus
left
the
hand.
Eagles, so we can already chalk up the Raiders are going to be the Eagles are going to be the Raiders. Then the Commanders versus the Eagles. Then the Eagles play the Bills, and then the Commanders finish off the Bills.
See, I think the only game that they probably drop is the Bills.
Nah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can see them splitting with the Commanders.
Me too.
Is Jaden Daniels playing yet?
No.
Is he gonna be? Is he
Did
playing?
you not see what Marcus Mariota looked like last night against like the top 3
Yes,
defense, like the best
I did.
defense? Marcus
But it's
Mariota-
also the Eagles always find a way to win. That's one thing that they are good at is they find ways to win.
the last 2 weeks. Dude, I've never seen a team so lucky in my damn life, bro. I've never seen a team so lucky. Like beat the Packers 10-7, beat the Lions 16-9. Like
Defense.
yeah, but then their defense gives up 34 to the Giants. Gives up. I mean,
That's always like that though when they play the Giants.
freaking nuts, bro. Anyway, I'm hoping that the Eagles lose at least 1 or 2 more games because then that will help out the Cowboys. Cowboys just have to win out. They can lose 1 game though. They can lose 1, but it has to be the out of conference one.
Should be in the freaking Jets, man. God.
Because then you also have
Bengals
to
right now should be
compete.
6-6
Yep.
at the very worst. But whatever. Let's go into NFL MVP. What are we thinking here, boys? Drake May,
I think it's still.
Matthew Stafford.
I think it's still Matthew Stafford. He had one bad week.
Coach of
It
the
was a
year,
bad
Ben
week,
Johnson. That's locked
Ben
up.
Johnson. Yeah, I think that's all
That's
said and
locked
done.
up.
I think.
Offensive Player of the Year is probably Jackson's been the Jigba now since Jonathan Taylor's had back-to-back terrible weeks.
Also, who had a bad week?
Well, actually,
a lot of stars.
He still had over 90 yards.
A lot of stars had like bad weeks this
Man, he's
bad
washed.
Yeah.
Like JSN, I think only had like 20 something yards.
Yeah, honestly, but they were also up by so much it didn't freaking matter.
Yeah.
We're talking anyway. MVP's up in the air. It's interesting to see who will get that. Defensive Player of the Year is no doubt going to be Myles Garrett.
He has 19 sacks. I
Which
saw
is
that. I saw
nuts.
that on the TV yesterday and literally thought that was a typo. Like, he had 18 before going into the game.
And
He had
the
a
record's
sack yesterday,
22.
but I
Is
thought that
the
was a
record
typo.
22?
22 and a half for a season.
Yeah,
He's
he'll get
already
that.
at 19.
He'll get that. He'll get that without a doubt. He's gonna get like
He needs to
24.
get it. He needs to get it in 16 games, or there's going to be an asterisk next to it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, obviously, you had a game. There should be an asterisk next to it.
Like T.J. Watt tied it in 16 games or 15 games, something like
Yeah,
that.
then he got like hurt.
Yeah. So, oh no, NFL is going to be interesting to see. Also, come check in. We are starting a new thing for what we're going to do on our live streams. We are going to be making Sunday parlays. Obviously, we're going to do our straight money line ones, our goal thing ones, but we're going to make we're going to take some games and do our 3-leg parlays for those games. The 1 o'clock, probably do all the 4 o'clock ones and the Sunday night one. Probably do that type of stuff. Let us know if you actually want us to start like an Instagram. We might start an Instagram where we post our our bets.
Some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, our picks and stuff. Maybe we can do that. We need to get that started, but follow us for that. But remember, our parlay for Thursday Night Football in the Cowboys versus Lions is Javonte Williams touchdown from Alex, Lions to win from Jalen, 60 yards receiving from George Pickens right here. So just stay tuned on that. This is going to be a great Thursday Night Football game, I think, knock on wood. I hope my Cowboys prevail. It's a great week again. Last week on Thanksgiving was a great week for football. This week's, again, a great week. But as we round up the football season, it's getting close and tight, so these games are going to be close. I'm very interested to see how everything goes for the NFL and college football. But let's go ahead and let's jump into the last 8 minutes or so of the NBA segment for Jalen to take it away.
Actually, I have two MLB things to talk about. One will take like 10 seconds.
Go
and the other
ahead.
one.
Go ahead. We'll talk about the
MLB
MLB.
segment with Alex.
All right. So, just came across my phone like 10 minutes ago. That's why I said some. Devin Williams, relief slash closing pitcher for the Yankees, had just signed a deal with the Mets for 3 years, more than $50 million. So he'll be moving to Queens from the Bronx. Didn't do so well for the Yankees, but he was a Brewer for a long time, and he crushed it there. See if he gets more on point. So him and Edwin Diaz will be interesting. Excuse me, interesting to watch next year. And then the other thing is the impending lockout that's going to happen. I think it's pretty hard to avoid at this point. Owners want to establish a salary cap because they're owners, they're cheap. They don't want to
Pay their players, but
spend money, pay their players. The players want to implement a salary floor where each team has to
pay so much.
spend so much money. I think they'll be at a standstill. There'll be some sort of compromise met to where they can play this season, but I think a lockout's impending for the MLB. So it'll be interesting to see how that impacts free agency and the contracts given out.
Which I think that's like
Obviously, we just saw a big one given out, but it'll be interesting to see what they end up deciding. Because
which
I think there needs to be a floor. I think a salary cap for baseball is dumb. It's always been like that. I think there needs to be a floor, like $100 million or something like that.
But the thing is, I think that money issue is also it's not just baseball. It's like basketball, you have superstars making 500 million, you have role players making 250 million, and then you have like the veteran minimum at like 1.5 million. So it's like
Yeah, but at least there's a salary cap in the
yes,
NBA.
there is
There's
a
a hard
salary.
cap. There's a salary cap.
There's a whole bunch of
luxury
different stuff,
tax. There's a
which
bunch of
a
taxes.
lot of
There's
teams
none of that in baseball.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying, but I think there's like a money issue is not just like a baseball thing. It's definitely like a sports thing as a general.
Bro. Baseball is literally pay to win. It's literally who has payroll.
Yeah, and it's not Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
But
let's go.
it'll be interesting to see if Kyle Schwarber signs with his hometown team, the Reds.
Please do. All right.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, let's go.
Should we talk about the bad first, or should we talk about the good first?
The bad, obviously.
Is it time for the Clippers to blow up a team?
Yes.
Yes, dude.
They're
The average age
old.
on that team is like 74.
Like,
They should have blown it up last year.
So, but the thing, because they've dropped 13 of the last 15 games, but
Sheesh.
you also have the rising of a Phoenix and James Harden these past few weeks. Bro's averaged like 25, 5, and I think like 3.
He's like the youngest person on that team at the age of like 34.
Yes, but the weird thing is like usually vets can play the game well together because they've been in the league, they've been seasoned. I mean, you have like great vets on this team.
Not when 14 of the 15 roster players are all vets.
But I mean, you have Chris Paul, Kawhi, who I don't even think's played 20 games. 15 games.
Stats look terrible, bro.
Because he doesn't play. He's too old. He's retiring after this season. Which
Yeah, Kawhi was chirping. I thought that pretty funny about the Clippers needing to spend money and all that stuff. I thought that was hilarious.
The money
he's making $60 million a year.
Yeah, the money's in him, James Harden, and I think Eric Gordon's on that team actually.
And they're still paying Bradley Beal too. They're still paying Beal.
Yes, Bradley Beal's on that team, who I think is also not doing anything.
He's not on the team anymore.
Oh yeah,
They're just paying him.
So
Not on the Clippers. No, he got signed by
no,
the
he's
Clippers.
still
No, he's on the Clippers. The
he
Suns
still
are
is.
paying him. The
Yeah,
Suns
the
are paying
Suns are paying him.
him.
So
Yeah.
the let's look at this salary. Bradley Beal has $53 million this year. What?
He's reconnecting. Keep on going.
John
Bradley.
Collins is probably one of their better players at their like youngest player.
Yeah, and their
Is
youngest player.
26 million. James Harden is 39 million. Kawhi's 50 million. Derrick Jones
NBA
Jr.
money.
But the thing is, if they trade either Kawhi, Bradley Beal, or James Harden, honestly, if they trade all three of them and left John Collins, Derrick Jones has been playing well this year with this team and his role. If they trade those three players for not necessarily superstars, but up and coming stars, and probably some draft capital, they probably would have a decent team. Not maybe this year, but probably next year.
Yeah.
The Wizards have an all-star in the rising, even though their team sucks, and Alex Sarr.
2 wins, baby. 2 wins.
They have 3 wins now. They have 3. Give
Oh,
them
so
their
they won
props.
today? They had 2 wins
Wow.
going into it.
I think they did win. They're 3-16. Alex Sarr is looking like he could be a next and upcoming star on that Wizards team. Just the Wizards suck. They're also a team who has a decent amount of vets combined with old players. But looking at the good teams, you have the Lakers still blowing up with LeBron back, who has now cut off his streak of all NBA teams because he missed so many games. He no longer can be in any awards.
Change it back for my Pookie. He's allowed.
Oh yes.
Just because he's Pookie. Blake, stop trying to say anything, dude.
Yeah,
Your thing's not working.
Damn it.
You still have the Rock. Well, the thing is, the Rockets. It's
Damn
honestly
it.
hard to see. I would say the Western and Eastern Conference is pretty evenly matched this year. Their top teams
Yeah.
are good as their top, other than the OKC Thunder.
What is Blake doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
Can
Other
y'all
than
hear
the
me now?
OKC Thunder. That time we
Yes,
could.
now we can.
Ooh,
We can't
baby,
see
I
you.
love- Reed Shepard, 6 man of the year if he doesn't keep starting.
Yes.
Him or Hakeem. Hami Jaquez, not Hakeem. Hami Jaquez. He's been playing great for the Heat.
Akeem Allah coming out of retirement. His 70-year-old.
That would be crazy.
No,
Say
it
that how all
is.
those 90 players.
If you look at the
talk crap
records-
about, like they couldn't play, or like players today couldn't play back then. Hakeem comes in, just a 70-year-old man just drops 20 a game.
With his dream shake.
Yeah, honestly.
But NBA Cup, MVP for NBA Cup is coming down to pretty much 3 people. Is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka, and honestly, Devin Booker. They are 3-1 in the NBA Cup. The record might not show it on the actual conference play, but in the NBA Cup, they are 3-1. They have and the teams remaining are the Raptors, the Raptors, the Magic, the Knicks, the Heat in the Eastern Conference. You have OKC, the Suns, the Lakers, and San Antonio in the West. Have any of y'all actually watched any of the actual NBA Cups games?
Just
Jack-
I know the Spurs are still balling without Steph
They are
Cast
still
and Wendell
balling.
Carter. Like balling. Like they're not like
Well, the
doing
thing,
enough. Like they're balling.
they still got a vet there. They got De'Aaron Fox, who was a dog.
Yeah, he's really good.
He was just hurt in the beginning of the season.
it's just crazy to think of.
Yeah.
Like if Victor comes back with De'Aaron Fox, I think that's gonna be a scary 1-2, and then have Steven Castle at the 2.
Yep. Steph will be great.
Steven, spelled the same.
Stephen Castle.
We're not talking about Wardell. Either.
Stefan. It's actually Stefan. Sorry.
Also, shout out to Arkansas alum Anthony Black. Was an absolute dog today against the Bulls. Came off the bench and dropped 25.
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic.
Play the song.
Orlando Magic.
Blake probably doesn't even know the Orlando song.
I think Blake's asleep.
Orlando Magic.
That's what I just said.
Also, do you think the Warriors need to blow up their team?
Man.
They just
They're
suck when Steph Curry's hurt, bro. When
They're
Steph
11
Curry's
and 10
out, they
right
just
now.
suck.
They're
They
11 and
need to
10
trade
right now.
Jonathan Kuminga. They need to figure out something, bro. They need to trade him, keep Moses Moody, trade that Podjatovic or
Potts.
Podjensky,
Which
Podzinski,
Jaren
trade him.
Jackson Jr. did request a trade today, and his preferred location is Golden State.
That'd be fun to see.
That'd be great.
The Warriors would have enough to trade for JJJ.
I think they should trade
Dude, he would
Jonathan
be so helpful to
Kuminga.
them.
They would.
Yeah,
They
he
would
would
give
be.
him a big that could play defense and rebound other than
Get rid
Draymond.
of the human fucking freaking trash bin and the Green.
They're not going
Go
to
ahead.
get. They're not going to get rid of Draymond Green. Draymond
Go ahead
Green.
and give it. Go
Well,
ahead and get rid of Draymond. He does nothing for that team. It causes
Another thing
arguments.
was they kind of Draymond, because another thing people said was the Warriors should look at trading for Markinel. I think that's how you say it, from the Jazz. Yeah, Markkinen. Sorry, not Markinel. Lauri Markkinen. But
Green turned that down.
yeah, Draymond Green shut that down. He said don't trade for him because
Yeah,
it was going to be
like
it was going to be Draymond Green with Lauri Markkinen.
Draymond's such a head case though. I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's annoying.
You know what's funny? Reed Shepard blocked Lauri Markkinen yesterday. So on a jump shot.
Criminal.
Nuts.
Markkinen
6'11" versus like 6'3".
Also,
he's 7'1", bro.
the Kings are trying to. It looks like most of the teams that are like blowing stuff up, that need to blow stuff up, is in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Because you also have the Sacramento Kings blowing up their, like, they only have two people that are
Zach LaVine
untradeable.
and DeMar DeRozan, bro.
No, they are both available.
I know what I'm saying.
It's their two young people, like their rookie and sophomore.
Murray.
And like one other person. Everybody else on the team is available, even Sabonis.
Dude, could you imagine Sabonis on the Warriors?
Could you imagine Sabonis on the Lakers?
Sabonis needs to be on a team where he can play the 4.
He's played center his whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he plays like he should play a 4.
He doesn't shoot though. You can't have a forward that can't shoot.
No, he does not shoot.
There's teams that prove that you don't need a 4. If you have a shooting 5, you don't need a 4. Shooting 4.
They don't have a shooting 5.
This is if
Quentin
they blow.
Post, I guess the Warriors, you could say Quentin Post is.
Murray's
we're saying if he's going to the
3-4.
Warriors, the Warriors are probably going to blow up their team anyways. So
unless they trade for Jaren Jackson.
The only way they do that is if Curry says to. But they're keeping Jimmy, and they're going to keep Draymond, and they're going to keep Steph. Those are the 3.
They also just signed the other splash bro,
Seth Curry.
Seth Curry.
Let's go. He's back, baby.
Yeah, he is back. He had all the intentions of being back, but the whole salary cap, the second apron, he didn't play like the first fifth of the season.
Yeah, but he's
That's
back.
second.
We'll see how the Curry brothers do. We are pushing over the hour mark here, guys. So, any final things we want to say before we go into it?
No, sir.
Heats are going to win the Eastern Conference.
All right, mark
Call
it
in the third week of the
December 1st,
NBA.
2025.
On episode 8.
Yep, on episode 8 of the J.A.B. Sports Show. Now, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share it to your friends, your mom, your sister, your cousin, your dog. That lady that your dog peed on.
Your fish.
Let everybody go check out the stream on Saturday.
Tell Little Baby to sponsor us.
At 12 p.m., huh?
Tell Little Baby to sponsor us.
Everybody sponsor us. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the YouTube. Share the YouTube. Go check out the stream. Check out the stream. All right, we need 50 followers. Our goal is 50 followers on Twitch before what? February?
Yeah. January.
Or January.
So we have a month.
January on Twitch. Our goal is 50 subscribers on YouTube before January. We need 50-50, all right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it. We are going to start posting probably more on... We're probably going to start figuring more things out as we go along. Because we are getting more and more consistent with this thing. We really enjoy doing it. I think it's fun.
If we get 50 followers on both, I'll do the Ice Bucket Challenge in December at the New Year.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be here, but it'll be fun to watch.
Yes. He will be doing a video for us from Turks
and
Caicos.
He'll be partying with Drake.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And shit could spin.
Oh, there goes our money again.
Yeah, there goes the 17th cuss word by Blake.
It's okay. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and peace.
Peace.
Peace out. Peace.